All right, in this video, we're going to be looking at how we can use the filter function within Python. So let's start it off. So we're going to look at the filter function. And what does the filter function do? Well, basically, it allows us to filter based on a function's conditions. All right, so it allows us to filter based on a function's conditions. So what conditions we set on the function, the filter function will allow us to basically apply those to a list and determine, based on the criteria of that function, what we actually want. So let's show you how this works. It's gonna be a lot easier if we kind of start showing. So right now, I create define, and we're gonna say function's gonna check for even, right? It's gonna take in a list of numbers, and what it's gonna do is it's gonna return num mod 2 equals 0. Okay, so as we remember, mod 2 equals 0 is how we check for even numbers. All right, nice and simple. And let's say I have a list of nums. Nums, helps if I spell it right, nums. And it's going to be equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Cool. Now, if we want to run this function on our nums, we'd have to iterate through it. So we need to create some sort of for loop to go one by one by one by one to make sure we check all of them. Well, with the filter function, we can basically save ourselves a bit of time. So let's say I have filter, right? So the keyword here, what I would do is I would take in my function name, so check even, and I would take in what I want to filter based on. So what is the list I want to filter based on the function that I have? And I run it, and I get this weird little thing right here. It doesn't do me much good. However, what you do is you create it as a list. Let's copy and paste this over, save a little bit of typing. And I run it, and now I get it filtered, this list filtered based on this function here, and it gives me all the even numbers within that list. So 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So filter, as I said, allows us to filter a list based on the criteria of a function, based on the function's conditions. Okay, let's show one other way of doing it, just to really have it make sense. So with filter as well, you can actually iterate through it if you want to go one by one by one. Let's say you want to see the individual numbers, you don't want it as a list. There are options for that. So what you could do is you create a for loop. So for let's say x in filter. Okay, we're gonna again pass in our check even, so the function we want to run, as well as the list that we want to go through. And what we'll do is we'll say we'll print print x, and we run it, and we get the same thing. We get them all here, and that's how you use the filter function in Python.